the inflation situation is a very worrisome trend. But let me say up front that when we talk about a reduction in inflation, it does not necessarily imply a reduction in price. What it does imply is a reduction in the rate of increase in price. So if, for instance, the price regime increased by, say, maybe 2 naira, last month, and this month it increased by 1 naira, then you see that there's been a reduction in inflation. Meanwhile, the real price has gone up by 1 naira. So I think that understanding needs to be made clear. The second point is that if you look at the inflation situation in terms of general price level, the reality is that we have seen some drop in some prices, even though generally prices are still very high. For instance, if you take things like food items that are related in a way to seasonality of production, like yam, like tomato, pepper, and all of that, you will see that there has been some reduction in those prices. But generally, those items that are anchored, and we have quite a large number of them, that are anchored on foreign exchange, that are foreign exchange dependent or import dependent, those prices are still high, and some of them are still going up higher. So that is the challenge that we face. So when people say that the figures are not reflecting the reality, that is what they are saying. Because they feel that when we say that inflation is dropping, what they expect to see is a reduction in price. But that is not what it means. And what we desire generally, and as an economy, is for prices to come down, which in economic terms is even regarded as disinflation, that when prices are actually dropping. Because admittedly, the citizens are already overstretched in terms of their pockets, in terms of the pressure coming from all sides. And the new development now around the petrol price is going to further compound the situation. Because the figures we are discussing now is the August figure. So the reality of the moment is going to reflect in the September numbers. So that is the way it is. But it is a very difficult and challenging situation.